I thank the Chair for convening today's important oversight hearing, and I thank you, Mr. Ryan, for joining us today to provide an update on the activities of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC. As a father and grandfather, I too can only imagine the terror experienced by the parents of a missing child. Parents in the midst of this trauma need the full support of law enforcement, of schools, and other programs designed to locate and recover missing or exploited children. And of course, this is where the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children comes in. Since its creation in 1984, through the Missing Children's Assistance Act, this private nonprofit organization has provided assistance, outreach, and support to missing and exploited children and their families. NCMEC is tasked with coordinating federal efforts to locate, recover, or reunite missing children with families, as well as efforts to reduce and end child sexual exploitation and trafficking. Founded in response to several high-profile child abductions, the Center works with law enforcement to rapidly respond to the approximately 10,000 to 13,000 missing children reports they receive each year. NCMEC is also a partner in the Amber Alert program, the nation's child abduction alert system. Named for Amber Hagerman, a 9-year-old abducted and murdered in Arlington, Texas in 1996. The alerts are distributed widely via radio, television, email, text message, and highway traffic signs. As of this May, 692 children have been successfully recovered as a result of Amber Alerts. Just last week, 3 missing girls in Iowa were recovered thanks to a swiftly dispatched Amber Alert. Further, NCMEC offers training and technical assistance to law enforcement in identifying sex offenders, provides guidance and information to community partners on how to effectively locate and identify missing children, and operates a tip line for reporting missing children. In recent years, the Center has seen its workload relating to cases of sexual exploitation of children increase dramatically, unfortunately. In fact, the number of complaints of child sex trafficking increased 1,000% from 2004 to 2008. Additionally, the Internet has increased the risk of youth exploitation, and Internet crimes against children and child pornography cases continue to rise. Last September, Congress reauthorized the Missing Children's Assistance Act and updated the role of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to reflect this evolving landscape. One of the most important provisions of this reauthorization was the addition of a requirement that NCMEC coordinate with the Interagency Council on Homelessness in order to address the high number of homeless youth who are victims of sex trafficking. Runaway and homeless youth are particularly vulnerable to sexual exploitation and trafficking. Last year, 1 in 7 endangered runaways reported to NCMEC were likely sex trafficking victims. Many of these youth were in the care of social services or foster care when they ran away and may have experienced sexual abuse before they left their homes. These children are at an increased risk of falling victim to sexual exploitation or engage in what's called survival sex in exchange for food, shelter, or money. I'm eager to get an update on how NCMEC is coordinating with services for homeless and runaway youth to prevent children from ending up in these devastating circumstances. I also recognize there is still more we must do to prevent children from becoming victims in the first place. Despite the best effort of NCMEC, more than 10,000 kids still go missing each year, and scores of children are forced into sexual exploitation and trafficking. I look forward to hearing from you, Mr. Ryan, on what federal supports you believe needs to be to change this. It's also important to note that the Runaway and Homeless Youth Act is up for reauthorization this year, but at this point there's been no movement in this committee to carry out that reauthorization. This law complements the Missing Children's Assistance by providing targeted assistance to homeless youth through initiatives like the Basic Center program, which provides youth with emergency shelter, food, clothing, and medical care. By reducing the number of runaways and homeless kids in the streets with nowhere to go, we can lower the risk of exploited children. As we move forward, it's critical that we provide NCMEC with all the resources it needs to carry out its mission, including adequate funding. Thank you again, Mr. Chair, for convening this hearing. As we can see, we have a lot of challenges ahead of us, and I look forward to hearing from you, Mr. Ryan, about how we can address those challenges. Thank you.
And I thank the gentleman.